How we tie our rigs up to fish current in the big rivers. Start out with a number 4 no roll sinker made by yours truly. Put the tapered end towards the tip of your pole, and after we put that on, we're going to put a bead on. The bead, it prevents the sinker from putting unnecessary strain on your knot. Get your bead on there. Then what we put on next, this is an 1.5-inch peg float. That'll get your bait up off the bottom, because if you think about it, a catfish's eyes are not on the bottom of its head. So you got your sinker, your bead, your peg float. Now you go ahead, you start working on your leader. This is a number 8 Gamakatsu octopus. Good sharp hook. We'll bring them to the boat. You go through one time. This is a double Palomar knot. I put my own little twist on it. You go through once, you go through twice. You're going to want to have that overall length of both those lines. I like to see about 1.5 foot, 2 foot. You can always cut your tag. Now you got your loop in this hand, your loose end, and your main line in this hand. Take this loop and pull it through. You're going to tie just a regular, like you're starting out tying your shoelaces. Get that, take this, you got the loop, pull your hook through it. Once you get your hook through there, you can pull that tight. That is a double Palomar knot. And when you do that, the bottom of these hooks, you got to make sure your line don't get caught up in that right there. Make sure it's all up the top of the hook like this. Everything's tight, looks good. After I do that, you want to do a leader. Just tie one single knot, just like you did. Don't put too hard of a cinch on it. Just get it there to where it'll stop. Your sinker, I'll run anywhere from 1 to 2 foot leaders. And you'll take that peg float. You got your leader. Take that peg float, slide it down over your leader, and I'll put this peg on the bottom side of the float so the current is pushing against the peg. You want to keep that up there to where the fish ain't going to have it in its mouth as soon as it grabs the bait, and close enough to where it's going to keep your bait up off the bottom. And when you get down there, when it gets down there on the bottom, this is what you'll have. This peg float will float and your bait will be, directly behind it. Also works good for drift rigs. It'll keep your bait up off the bottom. I hope that's helpful. Thank you.